Hi everybody, and welcome to Your Turn, where every day we're going to be bringing you a new activity from one of drama's great practitioners for you to do in your own home, in your own time, and with very few resources necessary. Today's activity is brought to us by Michael Chekhov. I've got a book here by Michael Chekhov. It's called To the Actor, and it's a great study on the technique of acting. It's on the technique of acting, To the Actor by Michael Chekhov. And the concept that Michael Chekhov brings to us is that of ubiquity. He talks about the actor needing to be everywhere, to cultivate a sense of being everywhere. That's what ubiquity means. Something that's ubiquitous means it's everywhere. So you not only have to be living in the character that you're playing, to live and breathe and behave as the character, but you're also living as the creative artist who makes creative choices as to what that character does. So you kind of, in Michael Chekhov's words, you have a higher self that looks at your body and you makes creative decisions, looks at your brain and your emotions and your voice and models the shape that you want your character to be. So you live in your character, you also kind of hover above your character and outside, looking inwards and crafting the performance. And also you live across the footlights or behind the camera, you live in the audience as well, looking at yourself from the outside. And then you live in society and in the world as a whole, looking at how other people think and feel and behave. And to Michael Chekhov, I'll read it for you here. To Michael Chekhov, compassion is the key to great art. So compassion may be called the fundamental of all good art, he writes, because it alone can tell you what other beings feel and experience. So compassion and empathy, and as we talked about in our previous session, communion is all about that deep and meaningful connection between you and others. And today I'd like to talk to you about Michael Chekhov's exercise, where he looks at different audiences for your performance. So I'd like you to take the work that you've been preparing so far. You guys have been doing a vlog, but you could be looking at any work, any character, any play that you're taking part, any drama that you're making, and apply the same principles. And that is to think of what it might be like for different audiences. So the first audience I'd like you to think about for your vlog, guys, is an audience of 5-year-olds.
Hello everybody, it's me, and welcome back to my channel, How to Draw Like an 11-year-old.
I just want to do a quick shout out to one of my biggest fans, Emily. She just turned 5 years old. That's so old today, so I hope you have a great birthday.
And she can do sit, pull, good girl. And she's a really nice dog to have.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to draw a super simple nose with only a piece of paper and a pencil.
So Michael Chekhov talks about an actor having an extended sense of consciousness. So we're not only being ourselves inside ourselves, we're not only looking at our character that we're playing, we're also being and experiencing the audience experiences from the other side of the footlights or from behind the camera. We're sharing the audience's expectations. We're buying into their enthusiasms. We're taking part in their emotions at the same time as we're inhabiting our role and at the same time as we're crafting our role from above. So we're everywhere, and we have to develop that sense of ubiquity that Michael Chekhov is after. So the next audience I'd like you to think about is very different. It's an audience of scientists. I'd like you to imagine for the next part of your work, as we continue from where we left off, your presentation is going to be now to an audience, a panel of experts or scientists.
You're gonna need a pen and paper, and then you're gonna just draw a straight line.
The second thing that I tend to do is video chat and, of course, texting and constantly calling my friends when they're really annoyed.
Because you can stun them with electricity, so then you can force grab them and throw them either off the map.
So we're playing a game called Roblox.
And we're playing Tower of Hell. Basically,
We have to get to the top of the tower.
a tower, which is basically made of hell because you can fall and die and it gets you really frustrated.
And the next audience that I'd like you to imagine, following on again from where we left off with your presentation, is an audience of very close friends. It's your mates, it's your gang, it's the people that you know closest, your nearest and dearest. It can be family member if you want to. It could be one best friend if you want to. But I'd like you to imagine that audience really, really clearly. You know them this time. You know who they are. I want you to imagine them in your mind as you're delivering right down the camera. You're speaking not to that blank little dot. You're speaking to your closest friends.
So I built some little fences, because why not? And then here's my sister's boring house.
Look at those lovely cacti. I can't believe it. Let's go to Africa. A totem pole. Brilliant. Keep that in mind.
This is my backhand swing with open legs. So yeah.
So you have to pull out your cattleman revolver like this, and then double tap LB, then do tricks and then reverse spin. Then you can also do spin up if you want.
How does each delivery change what you're doing, or how did anybody experience any different changes?
Well, when I was doing the 5-year-old ones, you really have to use words that they would know, like not like high-tech words.
I guess we kind of explained it more when we were doing the scientist.
Because if you're close friends, you don't have to explain it as much as 5-year-olds.
We're developing a sense of audience voice inside ourselves by being ubiquitous. We're establishing ourselves not only in the role that we're playing, we're establishing ourselves not only as the person who crafts that role, we're establishing ourselves firmly over the other side of the camera or the other side of the stage footlights, and we're looking at ourselves from an audience perspective. We're trying to cultivate that voice and try and think about things from an audience's point of view. So that is Michael Chekhov. That is from a book called To the Actor, which is on the technique of acting. And I hope you've enjoyed today's session. We'll see you next time. Have a practice, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye.